Welcome to the Centralia College pregame show. At Centralia College, you can master a trade, earn a degree, or compete at the next level in one of 6 sports, including esports. Trades training, associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, affordable tuition. Visit centralia.edu and blaze your trail at Centralia College.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Memorial Fieldhouse here at the University of Puget Sound, where it's time for the 2 big games of the night, the 2 games I've been looking forward to. We're going to start with a protected game in the WIA State 2A boys basketball regional round, as it is the 6th-seeded Lakewood Cougars taking on the 3-seed, the Bremerton Knights. You are watching the Centralia College pregame show brought to you by the Welding Training Program. If you're interested in the welding program, visit centralia.edu and blaze your trail at Centralia College. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy, where we are getting things set for what should be a phenomenal high school basketball game tonight. Joe, the Lakewood Cougars coming in off of a massive win, coming back in the final seconds to defeat the 3-time defending state champion Linden Lions, winners of 5 of the last 6 2A state titles in Linden. Lakewood beating them 50-49 in the district championship to catapult themselves into this position. Lakewood's been a great team all year. They just hadn't had that marquee win. A loss to Linden in the first go-around. They lost to Sela, who's a top seed in the 2A state tournament. A loss to a bigger school in Marysville-Getchell, as well as a now 3A school in Cedro-Woolley. Also a late loss to Burlington Edison in a high-scoring game, and a loss to Linden Christian. Not a single bad loss. They just needed that win. They got it when they took down the Linden Lions. If you can beat Linden, Joe, you can win a 2A state title.
Yeah, I haven't seen Linden play this year, but I saw them play each of the past 2 years when they won the title, and they were just loaded with talent. I mean, size and slashers and point guards. So beating Linden, as you said, a signature win for Lakewood. They've got a lot of seniors on their team, and they played a good schedule this year. They've avenged a couple of losses, and they're taking on a Bremerton team that didn't have to travel quite as far. Lakewood, by the way, is located in Arlington, which is, 30 miles north of Everett or so. So Bremerton, a little bit shorter trip over here to the UPS Memorial Fieldhouse, and they have a rising state star on their team, and I know you've seen Jalen Davis play.
Yeah, Lakewood, not in Lakewood, but you want to talk about fun players. Jalen Davis is a special, one-of-a-kind player, one of the best players in the state, almost single-handedly led Bremerton to the state championship last year, a loss in the final seconds against Linden where they couldn't hit the game-winning shot. He never touched the ball in that possession. Oh, yeah, he's just a sophomore. He's only getting better and better. He's one of a kind. Bremerton's kind of had a little bit of a bumpy road down the stretch, losses to Annie Wright and Squim, but flushed those losses en route to the district championship where they had blowout wins over Port Angeles, Bainbridge, and Franklin Pierce. Now going to try and catapult themselves over to the quarterfinals in Yakima with a win tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back, meet the starting fives, and get things set for tip-off. The Lakewood Cougars and the Bremerton Knights coming up on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy, like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you, one question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
I think it's time to put my money to work.
Yeah, let's talk about it. Giza has a lot of ways to help your money grow.
Oh, great.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
Proactive Physical Therapy in Tumwater, Olympia, and Lacey has made a huge name in training young athletes. But Proactive is much more than that and caters to all individuals coming back from any type of injury. If you have injured yourself and you need to get back in the game, or simple day-to-day life activities, call Proactive Physical Therapy today for an appointment and start your way back to feeling good. Proactive Physical Therapy accepts all insurance, car insurance, workers' comp, Medicare, and VA. You owe it to yourself to feel good and productive. So contact Proactive Physical Therapy in Tumwater, Olympia, and Lacey.
The real estate market is changing, and John L. Scott can answer your questions with a free market analysis. If you're a homeowner, it's really important to get a current market analysis. It only takes a few minutes of your time and contains valuable information about your biggest investment. This might be the year to make a move and take advantage of this market. For your free market analysis, see Laura Lee today at John L. Scott, 900 West Main in Centralia.
Alderson's Awards West Printwares is your one-stop shop to tell the world about your school, club, or business. For jackets, shirts, hats, and more, depend on Awards West. Alderson's provides fast service and quality products, including screen printing and embroidery performed on site. Awards West has been meeting your recognition, identification, and promotional needs for over 50 years. For a full catalog, go to aldersons.net. Aldersons, 1124 Kresge Avenue in Centralia.
Welcome back to the University of Puget Sound, getting things set for a huge 2A regional matchup. Both these teams will be going to the Yakima Valley Sundome. However, one team going to slide right into the quarterfinals on Thursday. One is going to have to open up the tournament on Wednesday. A bulk of the 2A regional games taking place right now, so we'll keep you updated with those ones as we go. Let's meet the starting lineup, starting for the Lakewood Cougars, who will be in the black uniforms tonight with the maroon numbers. The starting five for Lakewood, it'll be number 3, the 5'10 senior Quentin Steen. Number 5, 5'10 senior J.J. Heckendorf. Number 10 is the 5'10 senior Nash Espy. Number 11, 5'10 senior Evan Stacy. And number 23, 6'2 junior Caleb Greenland. The Cougars are coached by Anthony Weirdecker, assisted by Kirk McGilvray, Preston Cruz, Tony Weirdecker, TJ Rice, and Adam Duran. Now for the home team tonight, the Bremerton Knights, who will be in the white uniforms with the blue numbers. Their starting five, it'll be number 2, the 6'1 sophomore guard Aaron Matthews. Number 3, 6'6 senior forward Frank Allen. Number 4, 6'3 senior guard Dallin Anderson. Number 10, the 6'3 sophomore guard Jalen Davis. And number 11, 5'10 freshman guard Jaden Turner. The Knights are coached by Jeremiah Davis, assisted by Joe Wilson and Grant Wheeler, along with Marvin Lewis. I do want to remind you to be following along with all the action on ESN tonight on our Twitter at YourESN, live scoring updates for all the games. And again, we will be keeping you up to date with the 4 other 2A games, 5 in total, going on in the 6 o'clock hour. Another game going on is Foster against R.A. Long on ESN down at Mark Morris. Jason Cole and Keith King have the call on that one, so we'll definitely keep you up to date in that ball game. Both these teams battling it out. It is going to be a fun matchup. I know a lot of eyes from around the state all kind of watching Memorial Fieldhouse right now, listening to our voices, Mr. Withy. So we got to put on a show like these players are about to do.
Hey, things that stand out from the lineups, 4, 5, 10 players starting for Lakewood, and they have 4 seniors, while Bremerton much taller, but Bremerton starts 2 sophomores and a freshman. Here we go.
Opening tip controlled by Bremerton, and we're off and rolling from Tacoma. Aaron Matthews going to run point. Going to attack immediately. Dishes this one, and ball knocked out of the hands of Frank Allen. Right there, though, is Jalen Davis, who has the first points of the ball game.
Yeah, and here's some full court pressure from Bremerton as well. With 4, 5, 10 players, you'd figure they'd have some good passers on their team.
Heckendorf out to Espy. Now it'd be Quentin Steen looking to drive inside, lost his balance, kicks it out. Espy for 3, that one off. Remember, we're playing by the white 3-point line here at UPS. Jalen Davis slows up, gets the ball near wing to Aaron Matthews. Matthews dribbles to the far wing, hands off to Davis. Davis, long pass to Anderson. Anderson inside to Frank Allen. He'll take it himself. Beautiful finish there from Allen. It's a 4-0 run.
Yeah, that was a great finish. You're right. just recognizing the defense. Here's a turnover against the press.
Davis immediately moves it up the court to Matthews, kicks it out, resetting his Turner. Jalen Davis going to drive. He goes to the ground and is called for a travel. Probably should have been called for that travel a little bit earlier, but eventually they do blow it dead. Ball back to the Cougars.
Okay, yeah, we've got full court pressure. Bremerton has 4 defenders on this side of half court. Zone pressure.
Evan Stacy keeping his toe on the ground. He'll get the ball near wing to Caleb Greenland. Greenland looking to go to work, floats it back out. Trying to create some space was Steen. Baseline drive now. The reverse, no good from Heckendorf. Putback, no good from Steen. Lakewood held off the board here in the opening couple of minutes. Pull up 3 in transition for Turner's good. That's going to draw a timeout from Lakewood. Just a 30, we'll keep it here, but a 7-0 run for the Bremerton Knights right out of the gate, Joe. And the Lakewood Cougars getting some good looks, not able to finish. Bremerton, however, they're finishing everything.
Yeah, 3 for 3 versus 0 for 3. That tells the quick story, including that 3 from freshman Jaden Turner. The young Bremerton team just off to a great start. They're much bigger, and their pressure has been strong. But as you mentioned, a couple of good close looks on that last trip down the court for Lakewood. They weren't able to finish. And, yeah, 3 for 3 on the other end for Bremerton for the 7-0 lead.
Again, it's 3 different Knights who have scored, by the way. Sharing the wealth. Lakewood basketball.
Bremerton lets them throw it in, and then the zone pressure after that.
Steen, long pass to Nash. Espy, athletic take there for Espy. What a finish.
That's a great bucket. Do I go left-handed or do I go right-handed? And do I get it by this guy? Yeah, he finished with the right hand.
Aaron Matthews runs point for Bremerton. Guarded tightly by J.J. Heckendorf. Near wing, it's Jaden Turner. Pull-up jumper for Turner. That one's good. Turner's got 5. It's 9-2. Bremerton still have not missed a shot.
Yeah, the freshman Turner, nice medium-range jumper.
And a block going to be called. They're going to get Davis with the first foul of the ball game.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the referees discussed before the game, because that could have been a no call. But maybe they just say, hey, if a player goes down, we got to call it one way or the other.
Caleb Greenland moves this ball to Stacy. Back to Greenland, right back to Evan Stacy. He'll try and drive. Gets inside, needs some help. The backdoor cut was cut off by Anderson. Anderson, long pass up to Matthews. Now to Davis, who finishes through contact.
Great passing. 5 for 5. Bremerton starts out 11-2.
What a start for the Knights. Driving inside for Lakewood. That shot doesn't go. From Nash Espy, ball knocked out of play. Last touch by Bremerton. They'll stay on this end with the Cougars.
Yeah, again, 4 starters at 5'10" for Lakewood. So you'd expect, quickness and vision. If you're going to play and have the season they've had at that height, well, that was a missed opportunity as well.
Heckendorf couldn't finish.
Yeah.
Aaron Matthews on the other end gets the screen from Frank Allen. Now gives it to Jadon Turner. Turner calls out the play. He'll reset over to Matthews. Aaron Matthews to Frank Allen. Hands this one off. Jalen Davis steps through traffic, draws contact, and Davis will have 2 free throws.
Davis with the long strides. Got to the contact. They haven't missed from the field as of yet, and the 11-2 lead. We've had a lot of hotly contested games, and we're still real early in this one.
First free throw good for Davis. That foul was on Evan Stacy, first foul of the ball game against Lakewood. A couple of subs on for the Cougars. Porter Espy checks in along with Derek Wilson. First subs for either side. Free throw number 2, and that's going to be a lane violation called on Bremerton. So Davis never even got to shoot the free throw. He says, hey, don't worry about it. To Aaron Matthews. The thing about Davis, he is such a leader at such a young age. He doesn't worry about anything. Doesn't worry about what the officials are calling. Doesn't worry about what the other team's doing. He's just going to run his offense. Nice take down low. Not able to finish there was Greenland.
Yeah, good
Gets
move.
the rebound, kicks it out. It's going to end up with Nash Espy. He gets inside. Espy scoops with the right. Too strong. Davis the board. Nolan Anderson.
Couple good looks again for Lakewood. Not able to convert.
Jaden Turner resets to Aaron Matthews. Matthews right back to Turner. He pulls the trigger on a deep three. No good. Almost saw a third wedgie there, but ball popped out. Espy heads the other way. Gets it up to Evan Stacy. Stacy kicks this one. Greenland looks to drive. Going to work, creates some space. Step back three. Good for Greenland. That's a big-time shot for a Lakewood team who's off to a slow start and a timeout taken by Bremerton now.
Certainly was. Greenland, a couple of jab step dribbles at his defender. The pullback three, much needed for Lakewood at this point as they trail 12-5. They're working their zone defense. They've got a point player on zone on their defense, but just a lot of great passes so far from Bremerton. And then, of course, the finishing ability. They're 1 for 2 from three-point range so far is Bremerton.
12-5 the lead for Bremerton. That 30-second timeout was taken by the Knights and Coach Davis. Of course, the father of Jalen Davis. Davis has grown a little bit from last year. Again, he put on such a show and never got the ball on the final possession.
As a freshman, huh?
As a freshman.
Wow.
Never got the ball on the final possession against Linden. And it was a great show of sportsmanship. Brant Hepner, who's trying to win a state title in all 4 years, immediately went up, helped up Jalen Davis, who fell down after the loss in disappointment. Just a tremendous show of respect from two one-of-a-kind athletes. Turnover to Lakewood.
Yeah. Long cross-court pass, diagonal pass from Turner from front court near the half-court line was just a little too strong. So a couple chance for Lakewood to get 2 buckets in a row.
Green gives this one to Derek Wilson. Now driving is Porter Espy. Gets some space. Cut off. Wraparound pass to Greenland, who is denied by Jalen Davis. Oh, yeah, Joe, he can play defense too.
Yeah, a little slow on the release there for Greenland, but then you've got Jalen Davis running at you with his athletic ability, and he swatted that shot out of bounds.
Jalen Davis is going to trap Stacy in the corner. Stacy does get it in. They move it up top. Greenland, 9 on the shot clock. Hands this one off. Thought about a 3 to Espy. Nash drives. He's tied up. And a whistle and a jump ball. Possession arrow keeps it with Lakewood. Just 4 on the shot clock.
Allen with the tie-up. And Lakewood's going to retain possession.
The Cougars just realized it's their basketball. They got to come up with a quick shot here.
That's 4 on the shot clock after a tie-up?
Yeah, shot clock doesn't reset if the ball stays on offense.
All right.
Espy, the little fade. 4 is all they needed. Get the 2. Nash Espy has 4. And again, they've cut this deficit down to 5. Nice response from Lakewood after surviving the early storm from Bremerton.
Yeah, good bucket by Espy there.
Dribbling around is Jaden Turner. Now Davis drives right back to Turner. Turner pull up 2 on the way, left it short. Rebound controlled by Evan Stacy. He's keeping his head up the other way. The defender's part, ball was knocked away and it went off of the leg of Stacy. Active hands there from Frank Allen. Enoch Taylor and Junior Davis McCorder check in for Bremerton. Bakari Sonko on for Lakewood along with another sub or 2, and it's going to be Lakewood ball. Quentin Steen back in. And J.J. Heckendorf. So
Enoch Taylor stepped over the line on the inbounds pass.
Lakewood's got a little momentum all of a sudden, Joe, and going on a nice little run. Heckendorf lost that one. They gave it right back. You can't have those turnovers when you're playing a team like Bremerton.
Eckendorf with a quick move along the baseline. Had a little space there, but kicked it out of bounds off his own dribble.
Jalen Davis. They have a shadow. They are not going to let him do anything. Gets to Enoch Taylor. Taylor a part of that team last year as well.
You're right. It's a box-and-one defense for Lakewood.
Nice drive there from Taylor. Feeds it down low. Count the bucket and the foul for Frank Allen. He was stumbling as he put up that shot. It didn't matter. He's got a chance for a three-point play. That foul on Evan Stacy, his second.
Yeah, the senior Frank Allen, 6'6" senior, 2 for 2 from the field. As their balanced scoring so far for Bremerton.
No good on that free throw from Frank Allen. So they'll settle for the 2. Lead is 7 as the Knights doubling up the Cougars 14-7. 1:43 left here in the first. Good ball movement. And driving was Heckendorf. He's tied up by Davis. Davis just going to come away with the steal. Lobs this one up to Anderson. Anderson takes it in, is fouled. He'll go to line for 2. Sonko picks up his first foul.
The help defense for Bremerton has created a couple of tie-ups here in the last few possessions for Lakewood as they're driving against the zone, but the help and the long arms of Bremerton has created havoc.
Dolan Anderson knocks down the first.
Jalen Davis with the good pass ahead to the streaking Anderson, who wasn't able to make the layup but was fouled, and he's looking to go 2 for 2, which he does.
Porter Espy, by the way, checked back in there for Lakewood.
There you go.
Breaking the press. Zonko, this one down low to Steen. Tried the extra pass. It's a turnover. Jalen Davis going to dish this one away. Davis McCorder back to Enoch Taylor. The bounce pass was knocked away from Frank Allen, but possession stays with Bremerton. Junior Davis McCorder guarded tightly over to Anderson. Right back to Davis McCorder. Enoch Taylor, 8 on the shot clock. Taylor.
Yeah. Just camped in the key there was Jalen Davis right in front of the ref. And, you know, usually at the count of 4, you try and get out of there. That call isn't super common because the referee will give you a chance if you see you're trying to move out. But Davis was just camped in the middle of the key.
Greenland right back in for Lakewood. They are subbing frequently.
They've handled the press pretty well.
They kick this one out to Evan Stacy. 3-ball for Greenland from the far wing. No good. Taylor the rebound. Enoch looking to up the tempo with 35 seconds left in the quarter. Enoch dishes this one out of the hands of Frank Allen. Got it back. Kicks it over. 3-ball. Junior Davis McCorder buries it. It's a 19-point first quarter for Bremerton. Down low, Quentin Steen. He needs some help. Lost ball. Kicks it to Stacy. Stacy an extra pass. Driving is going to be Espy. Down low. Greenland had the ball knocked away. They're going to call a kick ball, I believe. On a Bremerton, possession stays with Lakewood. 8.4 to go here in the first.
Yeah, Enoch Taylor, good hand in there, but wasn't able to come up with the steal, but definitely prevented a layup.
Pass into Espy, 7 seconds. Driving, little floater blocked by Anderson. 2 seconds, Anderson won't get a shot off, and the first quarter comes to an end. 19-7 the lead for Bremerton after one. Second quarter coming up from Tacoma after this.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
The opioid crisis is real, and many families are dealing with this insidious problem. It can attack anyone, from illegal street drugs to legal prescriptions. American Behavioral Health Systems is here to help and has responded to this issue with our Secure Withdrawal Management Center. It's specialized medication-assisted opioid treatment and detox for low-income and Medicaid-eligible clients. The time is now to free yourself from addiction. For more information, go to AmericanBehavioralHealth.net.
19-7 is the Bremerton lead after a quarter of play. Other 2A score updates: Prosser leading Ridgefield 28-11 after the first quarter. I can only imagine how many points Kobe McClure has in that one for the Mustangs. Again, we'll get you updates from the other 2A games as we go along. R.A. Long also leads Foster early 11-5. Bremerton starts with possession. Jalen Davis kicks this one out. Now attacking is Junior Davis McCorder. The dish, count the bucket, and the foul for Frank Allen yet again.
On the great pass from Jalen Davis to a leaping Allen. Allen not far from the hoop, almost an alley-oop. He was a little too far to finish with a slam, but he guided it in expertly.
30-second timeout taken by Lakewood. We're staying right here. 21-7 is the Bremerton Knight lead. Again, this was a team last year that was very young. Kind of no one gave them a shot over at the state tournament. They beat R.A. Long in the regional round. And then they just got hot. Jalen Davis put on a show every night, found their way into the semifinals where, again, that heartbreaking loss to Linden. They came out on Trophy Saturday, and you could tell they only wanted to play for the state championship. And that told you one thing. They believed in themselves. They did not care what anyone else said. Well, now the media has kind of bought in across the state, and they're a trendy pick to win the state title.
Well, they start the freshman and, of course, the super sophomore Jalen Davis. 2 sophomores start. Another sophomore has come off the bench to hit his only shot, a three-pointer, Junior Davis McCorder. So substitutes, youth, speed, and they've got a big size advantage on Lakewood as well. They hit 7 out of 9 from the field in the first quarter.
Free throw no good for Allen. By the way, that was the third foul already on Evan Stacy, who's in foul trouble.
Yeah.
Attacking here all the way to the basket, no good from Caleb Greenland. Got his own miss, can't finish there. Rebound for Frank Allen. Long pass from Davis up to Enoch Taylor. Taylor goes at the basket, couldn't finish. Little bit of contact, they let him play. Espy had the rebound. Back the other way go the Cougars. Little jab step, now attacking. Caleb Greenland dishes it. Quentin Steen for 3, got it.
Yeah, you've got to shoot when you're open against the taller team.
First bucket for Steen. First bucket of the second quarter for Lakewood. Enoch Taylor over to Dolan Anderson. Right back to Taylor. Calling for a screen. Zay gives it back to Anderson. Right back to Taylor. This zone defensive Lakewood running around. Anderson the extra pass. Junior Davis McCorder drives. Rises up. Mid-range jumper. No good. Ball tipped around. Heading the other way with it is Caleb Greenland for the Cougars. Nice pass up the floor to Derek Wilson. Athletic take, just couldn't finish. Davis the board. Bremerton immediately headed the other way. Enoch Taylor puts up a tough shot. No good. Frank Allen is fouled. He's going to the line for 2 as Caleb Greenland picks up his first.
Yeah. Not boxed out was Frank Allen, and he is active around the hoop. He's actually 3 for 3 from the field. He's missed both of his free throws. But Allen, a big presence with his 6 points.
Allen's been at the free throw line now his third trip. Hasn't hit one yet, but this is the first time he gets 2 looks. The first one is good.
Lakewood was 3 for 13 from the field in that first quarter. And again, 7 for 9 for Bremerton.
Drew Egger in for the first time tonight, and a lane violation called on Bremerton. They said Allen crossed the line, I believe, on that free throw.
Okay, didn't really notice that, but the officials are right down there on it.
22-10, still the lead for Bremerton. Caleb Greenland moves this one near wing. Drew Egger. Up top they go to Nash Espy. Espy long pass, open for 3. Drew Egger, no good. Rebound for Greenland, has that ball ripped away, but got the outlet. 3-ball now for Steen, and Steen's starting to heat up. Back-to-back threes for Quinton.
You bet. They needed 1-3-1 zone defense for Bremerton. The baseline should be open.
It's a 9-point game. Dolan Anderson is swarmed, hands this one to Jalen Davis, right back to Anderson. Anderson steps right inside the three-point line and couldn't get the jumper to go. Long pass to Quinton Steen. Steen fakes the handoff. Now gives it to Espy, Nash Espy. Nice baseline cut. Instead of taking the shot, he has the one extra pass to Greenland, who can't hit the three. Like to see you take the shot there from the baseline. An interception there from Quinton Steen.
Good job by Steen. Getting back quickly on defense as Bremerton certainly looks ahead every time.
Drew Egger drives, dishes to Espy. Nash spins, kicks it to Greenland again. Carries it inside before the pass out. It's taken away by Frank Allen. Numbers for the Knights. Up to Enoch Taylor, active hands. Ball went out of play. They're going to keep it on this end. Great hustle by, I believe that was Quinton Steen who got his hand on it.
Steen got his hand on it. Also back there for Lakewood was number 10, Nash Espy, as they both hustled back to prevent a fast break opportunity.
J.J. Heckendorf back on for Lakewood. Aaron Matthews for Bremerton. And that ball was tipped by a Cougar. It'll stay with Bremerton. 4:57 left in quarter number 2.
Coach Davis, timeout for Bremerton.
The Knights take their second timeout of the quarter. They want a full timeout. We'll go ahead and step aside with them. 22-13, Bremerton the lead here in the second quarter on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
The weather is changing, and it's time to make sure your vehicle is ready for heavy rain, cold morning starts, plus ice and snow. Schedule an appointment now at Point S Centralia OK Tire to have a multi-point inspection. The pros at Point S will check your shocks, brakes, including fluid, battery, and of course your tires. Point S Centralia OK Tire has the best brand name tires like Cooper, Goodyear, and Nokian in stock and ready to put on. Your new tires also come with a warranty good at over 200 locations. Point S Centralia OK Tire, 1741 Harrison Avenue in Centralia.
Back here at UPS, Matthew King alongside Joe Withy. Appreciate you spending your Saturday with us here at Memorial Fieldhouse on the campus of the University of Puget Sound. 22-13, the lead for the Bremerton Knights.
Box and one defense, so you got 4 defenders playing a zone, and then number 2 is on Jalen Davis, number 2 Porter Espy.
Aaron Matthews gets this one to Anderson. Good ball movement inside the scoop. No good from Jalen Davis, his first miss of the game. Long pass up the floor, J.J. Heckendorf. A little bit of an outlet. They'll go out now to Caleb Greenland. Greenland spins inside, dishes. Good ball movement here from Lakewood. 4:30 left in the half. That pass off the fingertips of Aaron Matthews. It'll stay on this end.
Quinton Steen, the hot shooter right now for Lakewood. He's hit his last couple of three-point attempts. So to get him a look would not be a bad thing for Lakewood, trailing by 9.
Caleb Greenland to Nash Espy. Espy drives, has that ball ripped loose. Long pass up to Junior Davis. McWhorter puts it up, killing it, plus the foul. Transition offense for Junior Davis McWhorter, and he's going to the line looking for a three-point play.
Yeah, good hustle back by number 5, Hockendorf. But he did get the foul and wasn't able to prevent the hoop. So old-fashioned three-point attempt here for McWhorter, Davis McWhorter.
First foul on Heckendorf. Three-point play is completed.
Sophomore Davis McWhorter, Junior Davis McWhorter off the bench for 6 points.
Lead back to a dozen for the Knights. A little bit of a drive there from Espy.
Bremerton in a man-to-man now.
Greenland. J.J. Heckendorf right back onto the wing to Espy. And there's a steal. Aaron Matthews with this one. Beautiful pass to Davis. Couldn't get that one to go. And now the Cougars going to get possession, a whistle and a foul. Which night are they calling this one on? It's going to be on Junior Davis McCorder, his first, just the team's second foul of the game. Back in is Evan Stacy, who's playing with 3 fouls for Lakewood.
Oh, poke check.
There's a steal. Heading the other way is Matthews. Gives it to Davis off the glass, easy too. And that's going to draw a timeout from Lakewood. The Bremerton Knights starting to roll. Full timeout will take one with them. 27-13 Bremerton. 3:35 to go here in the second.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son. On the field and off.
(27-13) the lead for the Bremerton Knights. Here in Tacoma, Matthew King joined alongside the one, the only Joe Withy. And what has been a fun day of high school basketball here at UPS. And Joe, right now Bremerton has all sorts of momentum rolling on their side as they're trying to blow this one open.
Yeah, just a great poke check there by sophomore Aaron Matthews. That led to the break and the bucket for Jalen Davis, their top player with 7 points, and just a lot of efficiency, making it tough on Lakewood at the offensive end. Here comes the press again.
And with Jalen Davis, it's not like he goes on mini tears. He will go on tears, but it's just he chips away at the point total, and you blink and he's up to 30. Stacy brings ball up the floor for Lakewood, trying to direct traffic. Evan Stacy playing with 3 fouls here in the first half. Faking the give now. 3 ball on the way. That one's good.
Greenland.
Caleb Greenland, another 3, his second of the game.
Yeah.
And a great response out of the timeout for the Cougars.
He's got some range, a good-looking shot. You need to get him and Steen some good looks if they can. Oh, there's a little carry in the ball.
Driving floater, good. Aaron Matthews. Beautiful touch.
Yeah, brings it from way out front all the way into the lane, hits the runner. First bucket of the game for Matthews. Almost another poke check, but he does create the turnovers. He slaps it off the leg of the Lakewood player.
Aaron Matthews with the active hands, knocked that one off of Stacy.
Yeah, 2 straight turnovers created by Aaron Matthews.
13-point lead, 2:30 to go here in the second. That ball knocked out of play by Lakewood, still Bremerton basketball. Aaron Matthews retreats into the backcourt. Matthews over to Enoch Taylor. Taylor kicks this one out. 3-ball, Junior Davis McCorder. That barely hit the net. What a shot.
How about his instant points offense? 9 points off the bench for Junior Davis McCorder, the sophomore sub. Kind of a super sub so far in this game.
The lead 16 for Bremerton. Lakewood trying to find an answer. Might have gone away with the travel. No, he didn't. Stacy walked with it. Another turnover. And things falling apart for Lakewood.
Yeah, they're doubled up. Bremerton shooting close to 60% from the field.
With the basketball, Aaron Matthews gives it to Enoch Taylor. Taylor drives, puts this one up with the right, no good, ball tipped out. Right there, Junior Davis McWhorter, he's human after all, he misses that one. The rebound for Quentin Steen. Up to Stacy. Stacy trying to attack, hands it back to Steen. He pulls the trigger on a three. That one's good. Quentin Steen knocks down his third three of the quarter.
3 straight for Steen.
32-19.
Missed a couple of twos, then went outside the arc and is 3 for 3 out there.
And Bremerton had to burn a timeout because they almost got called for a 10-second. So Bremerton wants to talk things over real quick. It's just going to be a 30. We'll keep it here. So 32-19, the Bremerton Knights. And again, it's not just one player doing it, Joe. They are attacking from a variety of different angles and just things starting to add up. The turnovers starting to really cost Lakewood as well.
Yeah, Lakewood has had several turnovers. And when they get inside, boy, the hands are long. The bodies are tall, the hands are long and quick for Bremerton. Interior passing, real difficult so far for Lakewood.
Possession for Bremerton. This one out to Aaron Matthews. Gives the ball now Enoch Taylor. Right back to Matthews. Swings it to Dolan Anderson for 3. That one no good. Ball knocked around. Offensive rebound keeps possession alive for Bremerton. 45 seconds left in the half. Matthews lobs this one to Anderson. Now into the corner is Taylor. Outlet, Matthews drives, dishes. They get the ball to Jalen Davis. Quick little touch pass. He stole it right back. Teams trade turnovers. Davis is fouled. He's shooting 2.
Yeah, little weak pass. They stole the ball, but a weak pass by Lakewood. And in fact, it was so fast, the return pass, that Davis hadn't even left to retreat on defense, and it came right to him, and he knows what to do with the ball. He's going to the line for 2.
And, Joe, that's the 4th foul on Evan Stacy in this first half.
Stacy again.
First free throw good for Davis. J.J. Heckendorf comes in for Lakewood. Evan Stacy having a seat. Jaden Turner checks in for Bremerton.
Bremerton 11 for 22 from the field, right at 50%.
Davis got them both.
Davis 3 for 3 from the line, now with 9 points. Okay, Lakewood's done pretty well against this press. They break it again.
Quentin Steen's been the hot hand for the Cougars.
Yeah.
Less than a second separates shot and game clock. Nash Espy gets a screen. Looking for the outlet. He gets it to Porter Espy. 10 seconds. 3 ball on the way. No good from Steen. Offensive rebound ripped down by Heckendorf. 4 seconds. Greenland spins away. Kicks this one a 3 from Steen. No good. And that's how the first half comes to an end. 34-19, the Bremerton Knights in control of this one. We'll step aside, come back with the John L. Scott Realty halftime show next on the E-Line NFHS Sports Networks.
I want to be smarter with my spending now.
And that's what we're here for.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
At Tyler Rental, quality equipment, and helpful counter pros save you costly delays. For projects big and small, Tyler has Genie man lifts and forklifts, Deere excavators, welders, and generators, plus new tools from Steel, Milwaukee, and Hilti. While you're in the store, shop for hard hats, safety glasses, gloves, hearing protection, and much more. Contractors and homeowners depend on Tyler Rental for selection and well-maintained equipment to avoid downtime. Tyler Rental, 153 Hamilton Road, south of Chehalis.
Thorbeck's Athletic Club is your community fitness destination, with 4 locations in Centralia, Chehalis, Grand Mound, and South Bend. A Thorbeck's membership gains you access to all facilities, including state-of-the-art cardio and strength equipment, group fitness classes, indoor pool, basketball, pickleball, and more. Thorbeck's is more than a gym. They're a support system helping you live healthier and happier. Experience the difference and join the Thorbeck's community today, where everyone belongs.
Good Health Nutrition Center in Centralia is your home base for nutrition. When you visit Good Health Nutrition Center, you'll find the largest selection of vitamins, supplements, and natural remedies. You may be surprised to also find a huge selection of healthy groceries such as gluten-free products, environmentally friendly products, organic fruits and vegetables, and items for specific diets like the diabetic diet. Good Health Nutrition Center, powering students and athletes from the inside out. Good Health Nutrition Center on Harrison in Centralia.
Welcome to the John L. Scott Halftime Show. When it comes to real estate, contact the pros at John L. Scott, located at 900 West Main in Centralia. Now let's get back to the ESN crew with all the halftime stats and recaps on the Eli and NFHS sports networks.
Welcome back to Memorial Fieldhouse here at the University of Puget Sound, where we have reached the midway point of this one, and that means it's time for the John L. Scott Realty Halftime Show. Get a free market analysis on your property for Southwest Washington. Contact Laura Lee Zuber at the Centralia John L. Scott office. WIA State Basketball Championships brought to you by Giesa Credit Union on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Your halftime score 34-19. The Bremerton Knights leading the Lakewood Cougars. Matthew King alongside Joe Withey. And Joe, of course, we've all heard about Jalen Davis. He's a one-of-a-kind player, but you're starting to see how good of a team the Bremerton Knights are. It's a team-balanced attack, and so far Lakewood, they haven't really gotten their team game going. Evan Stacy in trouble with 4 fouls. Only 3 players have scored, but the difference is Bremerton able to score anywhere on the floor. Lakewood's had no real paint presence at all, everything from the perimeter, and that leads to some missed shots, and again, Bremerton getting out in transition, sharing the love. 6 different players have scored, and the Knights just feel like they can do no wrong right now.
They're a good team, and Jaden Turner, everything advertised. They ran a box and 1, did Lakewood against him defensively for much of the half. He hit 3 out of 5 from the field, 3 for 3 from the foul line, 9 points to lead his team, along with junior Davis McWhorter, who came off the bench and was good, hitting a couple of threes and 9 points as well. Again, just tough defensively. They really recognize when it's a transition, they get out, they get down the court quickly. They had a lot of in-close opportunities. They were 3 for 6 from the three-point line was Bremerton. So 12 out of 23 overall, just over 50%, 3 out of 6 from the three-point line. So they have that lead of 34-19. And, Lakewood hit 5 out of 11 three-pointers. That is real efficient shooting. Nearly 50%. Their twos weren't too good, 2 out of 13. But their threes kept them in the game. Quentin Steen hit 3 in a row, and Caleb Greenland hit a couple of good threes. He's got a nice shot and able to get that three-pointer up pretty clearly. But again, we talked about inside interior passing was really tough for Lakewood, who starts 4 players at 5'10", and the long arms, the quickness of Bremerton made it really tough to create, that second or third pass for a layup, and they just didn't get it, as the 2-pointers were few and far between for Lakewood. So 30% shooting for Lakewood overall, 52% for Bremerton, the big 15-point lead at halftime.
Scoring totals for Bremerton, again, 9 apiece from Junior Davis McWhorter and Jalen Davis, 7 for Frank Allen, 5 from Jaden Turner, 2 from Aaron Matthews, and 2 from Dolan Anderson. For Lakewood, it's 9 from Quentin Steen, all coming in the second quarter, 6 for Caleb Greenland, and 4 from Nash Espy so far in this ballgame. We mentioned a lot of other 2A action going on in the 6 o'clock hour. Some score updates from those other games. Ridgefield went on a run, and at halftime, they only trail Prosser by 2, 37-35 at the midway point of that one. Linden on top of Mark Morris, 30-22 at halftime, a rematch of the 2023 state title game in the 2A classification. R.A. Long on top of Foster, 24-9 in the second quarter as well. One of these teams going to have their spot in the quarterfinals locked up. One is going to have to play on Wednesday. Who's going to be where? Stick around and find out. That'll do it for the John L. Scott Realty Halftime Show. 15-point lead for Bremerton. We'll be back after this with the third quarter on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
What makes a name? You might think it's the game winners or the highlights, but the foundation is ours. Sacrifice and failure. Did you think it was easy? The work behind this name will make it echo forever.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Nationally known and locally owned, Southwest Washington is home to 6 locally owned Napa stores, providing you with the best quality parts and services you need. With fast access to an inventory of over 400,000 parts, with ASE certified parts specialists ready to help, it's no wonder so many do-it-yourselfers count on Napa Auto Parts. Visit Wilson's Napa Auto Parts in Centralia, Chehalis, Rochester, Tenino, Castle Rock, and the heavy-duty and wholesale location on State Avenue in Chehalis, or go to wilsonnapa.com.
The opioid crisis is real, and many families are dealing with this insidious problem. It can attack anyone, from illegal street drugs to legal prescriptions. American Behavioral Health Systems is here to help, and has responded to this issue with our Secure Withdrawal Management Center. It's specialized medication-assisted opioid treatment and detox for low-income and Medicaid-eligible clients. The time is now to free yourself from addiction. For more information, go to AmericanBehavioralHealth.net.
34-19 the lead for the Bremerton Knights as we get set for the start of the third quarter. Matthew King alongside Joe Withy. Bremerton kind of sending a message to the 2A classification, a dominant first half against the Lakewood Cougars, who again are coming off a win over the Linden Lions, the 3-time defending state champions. Linden has won 5 of the last 6, so Bremerton trying to say, hey, you can beat them, we can beat them. One of these teams going to be right into the quarters, one going to have to play on Wednesday. Possession begins with Lakewood, and the second half is underway. Bringing the ball at the floor, Quentin Steen, who hit 3 threes in the second quarter. Gives the ball to Caleb Greenland. Greenland trying to find some space, out to Quentin Steen. Steen now attacks, puts this one up with the right, no good. Scramble for the rebound. Jalen Davis comes away with it. Davis up the floor.
Man-to-man defense for Bremerton. They've switched it off a little bit.
Aaron Matthews has it. Matthews guarded tightly.
2-3 zone.
Swings it over to Dolan Anderson, right back to Matthews, taking all the time. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Matthews gets this one into Frank Allen. Ball was knocked away. Nash Espy comes away with it. Greenland up to Quentin Steen. Steen kicks this one. J.J. Heckendorf into the corner. Nash Espy looking for some help. He'll drive on the baseline. The foul plus the bucket for Nash Espy.
Strong take by Espy. The defender hanging on him, and he was able to bank that in and draw the foul. So Espy, 4 points in the first half on a couple of twos. He made the only twos for his team in the first half. Foul on Dallin Anderson.
Anderson's first free throw is good for Espy. He completes the three-point play.
Yeah. Good.
Nash Espy's got 7. That's the first free throw of the game for Lakewood.
That is. That's their first attempt.
They sink it. See if that can get the Cougars going for a second half comeback. Anderson gets this one to Jalen Davis. Davis, a beautiful feed down low. Allen stumbled, just tried to save that one, threw it right to Quentin Steen. Steen up to Porter Espy. Espy slows down, gets this one inside to Steen. Excuse me, that was Heckendorf. Had that pass deflected. Anderson up the floor, gets this one to Frank Allen, who throws it down.
And a perfectly timed pass by Dallin Anderson. Allen did not have to dribble, just went up for the jam. That's key on a fast break. Hit the guy at the right time.
Quentin Steen lost that one off his foot a little bit. Little jab step from Caleb Greenland. Little floater from Greenland, no good. Ball tipped out. Heading the other way is Anderson. Anderson, nice pass, perfectly placed to Jaden Turner, who lays it up and in.
Dallin Anderson with assists 2 times in a row down the court for Bremerton.
Just like that, the Knights respond. Inside goes Greenland, draws contact. Frank Allen commits his first foul. Free throws coming up for the Lakewood Cougars.
Caleb Greenland. A couple of nice three-pointers made in the first half. And he showed some aggressiveness there and created the contact.
Greenland's first free throw is good. Into the ball game is Derek Wilson once again for Lakewood. Free throw number 2 coming for Caleb. That one's up and got the roll.
Okay, good start to the quarter for Lakewood. Small victories when you're down 15 at halftime. You can't get it back all at once. They're in a 2-3 zone.
Beautiful touch from Allen. The reverse from Jalen Davis. And the offense flowing like a river right now for Bremerton. They can do no wrong. 3 ball on the other end. No good for Lakewood. Rebound it taken the other way from Aaron Matthews. He lost it though. Scramble. Lakewood's got it. Derek Wilson into the corner. Quentin Steen for 3. And Jalen Davis with the rejection.
Wow. Coming from nearly nowhere to get that block on Steen. Yeah, some impressive blocks so far from Bremerton.
That is twice we've seen him fly in on a block, and we got a whistle here against Lakewood. Stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, we've seen that in every game so far today. Yeah, you got to watch the back line, the 2-3 zone. You got a guy behind him. You got to talk on that. And Davis snuck behind on that last possession and got the easy layup.
Attacking inside, there's the dish at the last second. Jalen Davis ends up with it, kicks it out to Anderson, who knocks down the 3.
His first made field goal. He's got 5 points, 2 assists also this quarter for Dallin Anderson.
Bremerton starting to pull away. Down low goes Nash Espy. He's cut off, kicks this one. Little step through traffic. Denied was Derek Wilson. Possession stays with Lakewood.
Wilson went into the trees there.
Quentin Steen kicks it to Espy. Wilson, 2 seconds. They got to get up a shot, throwing it up, and not able to get a look. Were the Cougars, a shot clock violation and a timeout taken by Lakewood. Full timeout. How about the Bremerton Knights as advertised? 43-24, they've got the lead. We'll be back with the rest of the third quarter after this on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy, like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you, one question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
(43-24), the Bremerton Knights taking it to the Lakewood Cougars. Midway point of the third quarter, Lakewood went on a charge, but Bremerton has responded back immediately to open this lead back up.
Yeah, 5 points for Lakewood in the quarter is not a bad rate. Well, it's getting toward the halfway point, but they've just not able to stay with Bremerton. Extending their zone
Bremerton
defense.
ball. Getting the ball in the corner, Jaden Turner. He gives this one to Dolan Anderson.
Oh,
beautiful
pass.
feed and a nice finish from Frank Allen. Sharing the love are the Knights. They
assist.
lead by 21.
Yeah, and that's the third assist. That was not a long pass, but just a good look. He saw that there was nobody in front of Frank Allen, did Dallin Anderson, just flipped it to him in front of him, and all he had to do was take a step and lay it in.
Foul committed by Aaron Matthews there, his first. That's the thing, we haven't seen many fouls. Bremerton's got 5 fouls in the game. No one's got multiple. Stacy right now with the ball. He's got 4 for Lakewood.
As you mentioned, they've only shot the 2 free throws, actually 3 now.
Ball knocked away. Davis is going to try and track it down. He got it. Attacks the basket and scores.
Wow, he just turned on the Jets for like one step that did it all for him.
Taking it himself on the other end was J.J. Heckendorf, his first points.
Yeah, good bucket by Heckendorf against a taller player. That's just the case on almost every matchup for
Jaden Turner for 3, no good.
Turner had the good first half.
Caleb Greenland looking for a screen, didn't get it. Bounce pass over to Stacy. Evan Stacy drives inside, takes it, draws contact. That's going to go against Turner. His first free throws coming up for the Cougars.
Yeah, Stacy showing a little bit of something there with the drive to the right. He reversed to the left, which created a little bit of an open space, and then he had a little head fake. He's probably not great left-handed, but he drew the foul. Good move. First point of the game for Stacy.
Gets it back to a 20-point game. Kari Sonko back in along with Porter Espy for Lakewood. Second free throw also good for Stacy.
Okay, good trip for Lakewood there. Drawing a foul and getting 2 points.
Still trail by 19. They got to get some stops.
Heckendorf working hard on defense.
Aaron Matthews is swarmed. He's going to be fouled by Heckendorf. His second.
Good foul, really. As you said, neither team piling up the fouls, but just a good pressure foul. Let that opponent know you're there. No shots involved.
It's the first team foul on Lakewood here in the third.
Yeah. Oh.
Getting inside was Aaron Matthews. A nice give. Allen left that one short. Ball tipped around. Controlled by Lakewood. The outlet to Espy. He's going to move it up now. J.J. Heckendorf, little wrap pass to Stacy. Kicks it out. Greenland for 3. That one's good.
Nice
Another
passing.
three.
Nice passing. Heckendorf to Stacy to Greenland for the three-pointer.
Well, crossover jumper, no good from Jaden Turner. Offensive rebound for Matthews. Kicks out to Enoch Taylor. They'll reset. Getting inside here is Turner. Out to Matthews. He dribbles up top. 17 on the shot clock. 1:45 to go in the third. Matthews hands it off to Turner. Turner gets to the free throw line. Dishes to Allen. Could not finish. Got his own miss. Second time's the charm for Frank Allen.
Really fine pass from Turner. Allen pads his stats with a rebound there.
Sonko dishes this one to Heckendorf. Out, three ball. Greenland, good again.
Guy's got a nice shot. Caleb Greenland, just nice form. He's a strong kid. He's a junior, and he's got 4 3-pointers in the game.
This one out, three ball for Turner. He hits that one. It's a 3-point contest all of a sudden.
Turner's second 3-pointer of the night, and he's up to 10 points.
Lead right back to 18 for the Knights. Driving through traffic, too strong on that take. Rebound for Davis. The Knights have numbers, 4 on 3. Jalen Davis kicks it out. Now inside to Allen, right back to Davis, off the glass for 2. Beautiful ball movement.
Just one motion for Davis to catch that pass and put it in.
Caleb Greenland, another 3. That one off.
Keep shooting, Caleb Greenland.
22 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock turned off. Jalen Davis steps through traffic and lays it up and in.
He's 4 for 4 in the third quarter. 17 points for sophomore Jalen Davis.
And again, not forcing anything in this ball game. 5 seconds. Stacy gets the screen. Looking to attack. Stacy steps through traffic. Nice finish there.
Great bucket by Evan Stacy. He needed English on that. He put the English on the ball. It hit the lower right side of the board and spun over and in. Great bucket.
That's how the third quarter comes to an end. We got 1 quarter to go. 56-36. Bremerton's got the lead. Back with the fourth after this.
So for the parents that are interested in learning about Core Plus and what it can do for their children, just know that it's one of the bigger opportunities that you can get in high school. It is such an opportunity. Find the neighboring schools that have it. There's an opportunity there to not just learn skills, but a career path.
Are you interested in continuing your athletic career? If so, Centralia College could be the place for you. Our programs here are designed to inspire and help kids evolve and grow individually, both on and off the field. If all of that sounds great, come join us here at Centralia College.
Back here at UPS, 56-36. Bremerton's got the lead over Lakewood. Matthew King here alongside Joe Withy. It has been quite the show put on by the Bremerton Knights. They start with the ball here in the fourth quarter.
Well, they were over 50% in the first half shooting, and they just went 10 for 13 in the third quarter.
Taylor drives. Can't get that one to go. Ball tipped around, secured by Lakewood. Get the ball up to Evan Stacy, who had a great finish to the fourth quarter on an athletic take. Inside goes Greenland with the left hand, couldn't finish. Rebound for Davis. Jalen Davis heads the other way. Nice feed down low. A great finish by Matthews, but it was all set up by the pass from Jalen Davis.
Oh, great vision by Davis.
Turnover. No, they're going to say it stays on this end with Lakewood.
Greenland thought he got hit on the arm there, but possession retained by Lakewood, and they had a good 17-point quarter themselves. They lost the quarter 22-17, and the 20-point lead is now 22, but they're playing hard. Just
Nash Espy 3 off. Jalen Davis heads the other way. Davis a running floater. That one no good. He's human after all.
Yeah, first miss of the half.
Lead still 22. Davis gets the steal and the pass up to Davis McCorder, who lays it up and in.
Wow.
It is all Bremerton. Caleb Greenland dishes this one. Porter Espy the pass. Good ball movement from Lakewood and a foul on the drive. I think they're getting no, that is not Taylor. That's going to be on Jaden Turner. His second. He's the first Knight to pick up a second foul.
He was calling for the offensive foul from Stacy.
Splitting the defense and an easy take there for Quentin Steen.
Yeah, his first two-pointer of the night. Good little fake, and he got the bucket in among the trees. All those 5'10" players from Lakewood giving the big inches to their opponents from Bremerton.
Enoch Taylor lobs this one over to Junior Davis McCorder. Now it's Jaden Turner. Turner drives. Try to get that one to Taylor. Ball was knocked away. Coming away with it is Porter Espy.
Yeah, good recognition.
Caleb Greenland pull up three, left it short. Offensive rebound, though, kept alive by Nash Espy inside to Porter. Little turnaround soft touch was off target. Rebound for Bremerton. Pass into the corner, Dolan Anderson. Out to Taylor. Enoch gives this one back to Anderson. They'll move it around the perimeter to Jalen Davis. Davis dribbles out now. He's trying to attack off the ball. Kicks this one. Three ball for Anderson. Off the board for Espy.
Anderson just 4 shot attempts in the game.
Quentin Steen drives. Threw that one into the waiting hands of Junior Davis McCorder. McCorder slipped. Lost the ball back to Stacy. Evan Stacy slows down into Greenland. Greenland draws contact. That foul going to be called on Jalen Davis, his second. You can hear what the Bremerton faithful think about that call.
Yeah, not happy.
Despite the 22-point lead.
Greenland put the pressure on the defense and the refs there by just moving in, and he got the call. 8 points this half, 14 for the game for Caleb Greenland.
First free throw good for Greenland.
Yeah, Greenland junior, 6'2" junior, really shoots the outside shot with ease.
Drew Egger and J.J. Heckendorf check in for Lakewood. Second free throw also good for Greenland. The lead's 20, 60-40, 5:05 to play. Jaden Turner lobs this one over to Enoch Taylor. Back to Turner. Look to go inside, dishes this one near wing, Junior Davis McCorder.
2-3 zone.
Strong hands from Davis McCorder, a whistle and a foul. This one goes against Bremerton.
Yeah, Anderson with the bad screen. Enough to be called for a foul.
It's the second on Anderson. (60-40), the Knights with the lead. Ball up top, three on the way. No good from Steen. Offensive rebound, though, and momentarily had by Lakewood, but Davis took it away. Long pass up to Anderson. Resets to Taylor. Now back to Jalen Davis. Lobs it over the top to Taylor. Excuse me, that's going to be Turner there. Backdoor cut wasn't there for Anderson. Davis gets the elbow. Pull up Jay. Smooth like butter.
Look at that change of direction, quickness, recognition. He's 5 for 6 from the field this half. 8 for 11 for the game for Jalen Davis.
All Knights in this one. Oh, Lakewood just saves that. Three ball on the way off target. Another rebound for Davis. He's going to be fouled. A little bit of a tough luck foul there for Lakewood. That goes against J.J. Heckendorf, his third. Jay Behan checks in for the first time for Bremerton. You wanted the 6'10 freshman. You got him, Mr. Withy.
Yeah, here he is, getting some minutes with a 22-point lead, under 4 to go.
Lobbed over the top, quick pass, right back to Turner. Enoch Taylor for 3, that one off target. Ball tipped around, secured by Greenland. Long pass, too long, to turnover back to Bremerton.
Yeah, just unforced error there from Lakewood. Still playing aggressively on their zone is Lakewood.
Trying to create some havoc at least.
Nice pull up there from Davis McCorder. He missed it, and limiting Bremerton to 1 shot now and then is Lakewood.
3-ball. The loser of this one takes on Columbia River on Wednesday in an elimination game.
Oh, another
nice
assist.
pass.
Oh.
Not able to finish, though.
Taylor's
was Enoch Taylor.
He's having a rough game.
Spinning his way inside is Greenland. Shot blocked. He got it back, and he finishes this time.
Nice spin by Caleb Greenland.
He's got 18. He's put together a mighty fine ball game.
He has.
Most of that damage from beyond the arc. Long pass, strong hands from Turner. Gets this one to Davis. Davis dishes inside. Behan could not finish. Big freshman, a little strong on that one. Taking it inside. Nice little reverse, no good from Nash Espy. One and done for Lakewood.
Yeah, good jump stop. Couldn't finish it and kind of turned into a reverse layup. Now how about this guy out front with the ball in his hand, making the right decision? I would say 100% of the time tonight.
Short little floater, too strong from Behan. The other way go the Cougars. Pull up 3 on the way. No good from Evan Stacy. Stacy picked up 4 fouls in the first half. He's done a great job of staying in this ball game in the second half. Hasn't fouled out. 90 seconds to go. Jalen Davis slows down. Pass over to Junior Davis McCorder. He's got space. Kicks it to Turner for 3. Too strong. Both teams have hit a wall here in the final 2 minutes. Contact, no call, and Greenland going to take advantage with the bucket.
How about that anticipation by Jalen Davis? He's going to come this way, and yes, he did. Davis took it right in the chest, no call, and Greenwood ends up with the bucket to get up to 20 points.
Nice save possession for Lakewood. 3-ball in transition off the front of the rim. Ball's going to go out of play. It belongs to Bremerton with 49.7 to go. So a tremendous ball game tonight by the Bremerton Knights. And they're going to be moving on into the quarterfinals. Lakewood going to have to get up early on Wednesday morning for that 9 a.m. game. Jalen Davis drives, little wrap around. Pass was deflected. Still ends up with Jaden Turner. 9 on the shot clock. Turner attacks. Floater from the free throw line. Back iron, no good. Ball tipped out. Scramble for it, ends up with Turner. 3-ball Jalen Davis. Can't get that one to go. Behan had it. Ball knocked loose. Bremerton runs it down, and now they can just dribble it out. So the Bremerton Knights take care of business 62-44, and they are into the quarterfinals on Thursday. Meanwhile, Lakewood will do battle with Columbia River in the first game in Yakima on Wednesday morning. We will take a break, come back, wrap it all up with the Alderson's Awards West postgame show next here on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
At first, it was just a team. Now I can't imagine my life without them.
That coach changed our son, on the field and off.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy, like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you, one question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
4752.
Hey up there. Points. Points!
Everyone knows miles are better than points.
Oh, you fancy miles. That's all you ever talk about.
Stop! I'm telling Dad you used credit.
Bah!
Pish posh. Use me.
What he needs is points.
Think about the repercussions. It's 10% off if you sign up for a store card.
No.
Oh, boy.
It's okay to use credit sometimes. Let's talk about it.
Find a healthier approach to money at GISA.
Time to wrap up this game with the Alderson's Awards West Post Game Show. Awards West in Centralia can supply you with t-shirts, hats, and hundreds, if not thousands, of promotional products, even team uniforms. Before you buy, check in with locally owned Awards West printwares at aldersons.net. Now back to our ESN crew.
Welcome back here to the University of Puget Sound, where it's time to wrap this one up with the Aldersons Awards West post-game show. For trophies, awards, t-shirts, and so much more, go to aldersons.net and check out their full catalog. Matthew King alongside Joe with you. Your final score, 62-44. The Bremerton Knights take down the Lakewood Cougars in this 2A regional matchup. Bremerton moves into the quarterfinals, while Lakewood now know that they will play at 9 a.m. on Wednesday at the Yakima Valley Sundome against the Columbia River Rapids. Joe, I hyped up the Bremerton Knights between games, and they lived up to that hype. Such a special group. Again, Jalen Davis never really went on that run where he's just knocking down 3 after 3. He ends up with 19, though, to lead the Knights, and he shared the wealth. 4 different players in double figures for the Knights. They don't just have a good player. They're a great team.
Yeah, how about that? 4 players in double figures is outstanding for high school ball. 32 minutes, and Davis just an outstanding game, 8 for 12 from the field, and assists. He hit all 3 of his free throws, just making the right pass, whether he was well out on the point or whether he was driving and dishing or whether it was a break opportunity. A lot of great passing by Bremerton. They had lots and lots of shorter shots. They made 5 3-pointers, but they made 20 2-pointers, and they shot just under 50% for the game. The percentage dipped there a little bit in the fourth quarter. They had a 6-point quarter, but game was well decided after 3 quarters with that 20-point lead. So, you mentioned this is a good team. They just missed the state title last year, and they are deep with the size, passing, and, of course, they have a star player.
And Lakewood, again, they showed why they're still a team that no one wants to see over in Yakima. Caleb Greenland going off for 20 points. He was money from beyond the arc. Got in some foul trouble, and again, they just didn't really have anything other than the 3-pointers going for them. And when you live by the 3, you die by the 3. And when they went cold, Bremerton never slowed down a bit. But this Lakewood team, very, very talented, a dangerous team as we get into the state tournament.
Yeah, at their size, they go into every game as a smaller team, I'm sure. Even in high school, you start 4 guys at 5'10", but they're real unselfish. They got a couple good 3-point shooters in Steen and certainly Caleb Greenland, who led all scorers in this game with 20 points, 14 in the second half. And he's got a nice, strong body and a real easy release from 3-point. He's got deep range, and they have some smart players as well. They just went into more talented team in Bremerton, and the lead just kept growing for Bremerton until the last half of the last quarter. But almost 50% again, as we said, for shooting for Bremerton, 25 for 54. They did make 5 threes, couple big threes early. They had 3 out of 5 threes, 3 out of 6 in the first half to complement their offense and get that big lead at halftime. They led by 15 and had a big third quarter as well. So A couple of good subs in Junior Davis McWhorter. He came off the bench for 11 points. Enoch Taylor didn't have a great scoring game, but Dallin Anderson, only 5 points. But, he doesn't worry about that because he had a number of assists, especially in the third quarter, 3 assists there. And Frank Allen, really good hands around the rim. Frank Allen ended up 6 out of 8 from the field for his 13 points. Matthews, just a talented lineup for Bremerton, and they're into no game Wednesday. They play on Thursday, as you said, in the quarterfinals in Tacoma.
Final scoring totals one more time for Bremerton. They were led with 19 from Jalen Davis, 13 from Frank Allen, 11 for Junior Davis McWhorter, 10 from Jaden Turner, 5 for Dallin Anderson, and 4 from Aaron Matthews. And for Lakewood, it was a game-high 20 for Caleb Greenland, 11 for Quentin Steen, 7 from Nash Espy, 4 from Evan Stacy, and 2 from J.J. Heckendorf. We got to name our MVP of the game, brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Center. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. Again, it would have been Caleb Greenland if Lakewood won this ball game. Just a really strong game shooting the basketball for him. A whole host of Knights really played great. Frank Allen with 13 points. He was a menace down low. Junior Davis McWhorter had a really strong first half, but this one is going to go to Jalen Davis. 19 points to lead Bremerton. And you mentioned just doesn't make mistakes. He's not going to force it himself. He knows he's got a good team. He knows he doesn't have to be Superman. He shares the wealth. Exhibit A, B, C, A through Z, I guess, in this ballgame. He was phenomenal once again.
Just making the right decision, whether it's a fast break, whether it's a pass against a zone, whether it's a read of a player cutting, and then just finishing on the offensive end. The medium-range jumper for him is deadly, and then his drives to the hoop were outstanding. Didn't really have to show any three-point talent. Didn't take a three-pointer until his final attempt of the game was a 3. But really, really fine ball player, leading that Bremerton team to a big victory.
Congratulations to Jalen Davis, your Thorbeck's MVP of the ballgame. Again, they will be in action on Thursday in the quarterfinals from Yakima, and for Lakewood, a date with the Columbia River Rapids coming up on Wednesday in a loser-out game from the Sundome. All right, that is going to put a bow on this one. 62-44, the Bremerton Knights take home the victory. We got one more game here from UPS tonight. It'll be a 1A matchup. Arguably the number 1 team in the state of Washington, the Annie Wright Gators, about to take the floor as they will take on the Bear Creek School. Tip-off for that one scheduled at 8 o'clock. So we are going to shut down this stream, get that one up and rolling, and we'll see you back here for one last high school basketball game in the regional round at UPS for the WIA State Basketball Championships, brought to you by Giesa Credit Union on the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks.
Thank you for watching and subscribing to the Eli and NFHS Sports Networks. Remember, a portion of your subscription goes back to the schools. We can't wait to see you again, right here for the best in high school sports live action. The Eli Sports Network.